Hitler. The hidden history they don't teach you, the shadow before the storm. They taught us that Adolf Hitler was the face of evil, a dictator driven by hate, rising from failure to lead a nation into destruction. But what if that's only half the story? What if Hitler wasn't just a madman, but a carefully constructed tool? What if occult secret societies shaped his beliefs? What if powerful corporations bankrolled his empire? And what if parts of his twisted vision didn't die in that Berlin bunker, but lived on? Forget the textbook version. This isn't just about history. It's about how dark forces manipulate the masses, then, now, and always. In this episode, we'll uncover the mystical cults behind Hitler's ideology, the American money trail that made the Nazi war machine possible, the weapons and relics that sound like science fiction, and why Hitler's death might be the greatest cover-up of all history, as they say, is written by the victors. But truth is buried in the shadows. Let's begin. The occult foundations. After World War I, a humiliated Germany was a nation ready to explode. Out of the ruins, strange cults emerged, and one in particular would mold a monster. The Thule Society wasn't a political party. It was a secretive brotherhood that combined racist ideologies, Norse mythology, and occult rituals. They believed in a master Aryan race from Atlantis Hollow Earth theory's ancient Nordic gods as cosmic beings. The swastika? It wasn't Hitler's invention. It was lifted from Hindu and Buddhist symbolism and twisted into a mark of conquest. Through the Thule Society, Hitler met men like Dietrich Eckart, a mystic who saw Hitler as a messiah for a coming Reich. Eckart trained him in public speaking, hypnotic techniques, and racial mythology. This wasn't politics. This was spiritual warfare dressed in nationalist rhetoric. The American pipeline. How did a fringe extremist with no money build the most advanced military in Europe? Follow the money, across the Atlantic. Prescott Bush, grandfather of President George W. Bush, helped manage Nazi-linked investments through Brown Brothers Harriman. Standard Oil, controlled by the Rockefellers, supplied synthetic fuel crucial to the German Luftwaffe. IBM created punch card systems that the Nazis used to catalog and control concentration camp prisoners. And Ford Motor Company, yes, that Ford, was awarded the Grand Cross of the German Eagle by Hitler himself. Even after World War II had started, American corporations quietly profited from Nazi business, protected by loopholes, fronts, and silence. The false flag that changed history. February 27, 1933. The Reichstag, Germany's parliament building, went up in flames. Hitler blamed communists and convinced President Hindenburg to grant him emergency powers. But modern forensics and testimonies suggest the fire had multiple ignition points. Firefighters were delayed intentionally, and the alleged arsonist, Marinus von der Lubbe, may have been a pawn or already dead. This was a false flag, a staged event used to seize power, outlaw opposition, and begin a dictatorship. Sound familiar? The secret science of the Reich. Nazi superweapons. Hitler wasn't just building tanks and bombs. His SS scientists pushed the boundaries of physics, medicine, and even time. Die Glocke, the bell, was a top-secret Nazi device believed to generate anti-gravity. Witnesses described glowing, levitating machines, some say capable of warping time. Sonic weapons were rumored to destroy organs with low-frequency sound waves. Nerve agents like tabun and sarin, 100 times deadlier than chlorine gas, were developed but rarely deployed, out of fear of mutual destruction. When the war ended, many of these scientists were whisked away by the Allies, not arrested, but recruited. Operation Paperclip brought over 1,600 Nazi engineers to the U.S., including Werner von Braun, who built the rockets that put Americans on the moon. Was World War II a conflict or a talent acquisition? The SS and the occult, the SS, Hitler's paramilitary elite, operated like a cult. Under Heinrich Himmler, they sought ancient artifacts they believed held real power. The Ark of the Covenant. The Holy Grail, relics of the Aryan gods. SS teams ventured into Tibet, North Africa, and Antarctica, convinced that these items were not myths, but forgotten technologies left behind by ancient advanced civilizations. Himmler even built Wewelsburg Castle into a temple for Nazi mysticism, complete with a black sun mosaic, a symbol still used by neo-Nazi groups today. This obsession wasn't about religion. It was about creating a new world order, one where Hitler's Reich would rule for 1,000 years. The plot to kill Hitler. By 1943, Hitler's paranoia was justified. His own generals had turned against him. The July 20th plot was the most famous, a bomb hidden in a briefcase during a strategy meeting. But the table leg absorbed the blast, and Hitler survived with minor injuries. Conspirators were executed, but questions remain. Why did British intelligence know about the plot and fail to warn him? Did they want Hitler alive to keep Germany fractured and justify full invasion? Even as Germany crumbled, Hitler remained the central villain. Taking him out too soon might have changed the outcome and the narrative. The afterlife of the Führer. Did Hitler really die in the bunker? April 30th, 1945, Berlin was burning. Hitler, we're told, shot himself. His body burned alongside Eva Braun. But forensic problems emerged. The skull kept by the Soviets turned out to be female. Confirmed by DNA in 2009, Soviet autopsy reports contradicted each other. The FBI kept files open on Hitler sightings well into the 1950s, from Argentina to Antarctica. Some even believe the Nazis built secret bases in South America or under Antarctic ice, where leaders like Hitler escaped via U-boat. Sounds crazy? So did UFOs once. Now, declassified documents show Nazi engineers were developing disc-shaped aircraft as early as 1944. What did the world powers allow to slip away after the war? The rise of neo-Nazism. Though the Reich fell, its ideas didn't die. Neo-Nazi movements adapted old strategies. Propaganda evolved into memes, and coded language racial purity morphed into replacement theory. Their symbols and slogans continue, sometimes hidden in plain sight. And many of these networks trace their roots to Operation Odessa, the real escape route used by former SS officers to flee justice, often with Vatican and Red Cross assistance. History's dark blueprint. Monsters don't rise overnight. They're built, brick by brick, lie by lie. Hitler's story isn't just about one man. It's a blueprint of manipulation, fear, and power consolidation that's been copied again and again. He didn't start with gas chambers. He started with slogans, with fear-mongering, with promises of restoration. Book burnings became thought control. Propaganda became gospel. The enemy was the other, and the people cheered it on. Today, we see shadows of that playbook in media, politics, algorithms, and ideologies. This isn't ancient history. This is a warning, because the most dangerous thing about Hitler is thinking he was unique.